Hey guys, welcome back to Julia Star. It's been a while since I made a video, but I'm making a new one now. So, as you read before, it said we're going to get to know our makeup. So first, let's go ahead and get started with the basic. So I go ahead and I start off with my NYX HD Studio Primer Base. I only use a little bit of this because a little bit goes a long way. So next, I go ahead and I start with my concealer. I use the NYX. I have a lot of their products. I like them very much. I have the Dark Circle Concealer. And the reason why I really like the Dark Circle Concealer is because I get bags underneath my eyes. And I look ridiculous if I don't put the concealer on. Another concealer that I have is the Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer from NYX again, and it's really good because I also use this like before I put on the dark circle because it kind of provides just like a starting point of what I want to do, if that makes any sense at all. So usually after I put on my concealer, I go ahead and start with my foundation. I like to use the Neutrogena Nourishing Wear Long Wear Makeup foundation. You can get this at H-E-B, Target, whatever. It works really well because it's like a full cover. When you do your foundation, you want to make sure you have something to blend it with. I like to use these. Look like little triangle cheeses. Yeah, that was awkward. You didn't need to see that. Moving on. Now, after you've blended that all in with those little triangle thingy-majiggies, you can go ahead and get started on your next step. Yay! I like to go ahead and start using my little highlighting thingy-majiggy. I don't know what it's exactly called, but you put it on like your cheekbones and wherever you want it to like look pretty or lighter, I guess, if you know what I mean. After that, I go ahead and start putting on my powder foundation. I like to use two different ones because I don't like to look too greasy, if you know what I mean. And I just put that on with this type of brush. It's just kind of like a big fluffy brush, you know what, just goes all over your face. You could probably find this at ULTA. That's where I got mine. If any of y'all don't know what a kabuki brush is, if you really don't know what a kabuki brush is, it's okay. You have one at your local grocery store. You can probably buy for $3, $4. The cheapest. Brushes can run pretty expensive. I'm not a fan of buying brushes all the time, but when I need to, I go buy them from Target because Target is the bomb. So when you use the kabuki brush, you're going to need to, well, this is what my aunt taught me. I mean, you don't really have to follow it. Everyone's different about how they put on their makeup, but you kind of just put it to the side and just take a little bit, tap it off, and put it towards your ear and kind of just do a little bit towards your face and then outside, if you know what I mean. Just don't put too much because then you'll look sparkly. After that, I go ahead and I start with my eyeshadow. I put on my eyeshadow primer first. I mean, everyone needs to have eyeshadow primer because it keeps your eyeshadow on, obviously. I use the Neutrogena Crease Proof eyeshadow, and it actually works really well because it kind of gives it a shimmer a little bit, even though it's really just a primer. But I was kind of like, hey, it's shiny. So after I put the primer on, I go ahead and put on my eyeshadow. And I like to use the Naked palettes. This Christmas, I got the Naked 3 palette for my mom. And she was really awesome for getting me a thank you, Mom. So I go ahead and I use, you know, just for daily wear, I use the Strange one of these thingies, the little eyeshadow packet things, and it's that one. It's like that one. And then I go ahead and I use this one and that one. I don't really know the names of them, but you can probably read them from here. And after I finish the eyeshadow primer and the eyeshadow, I go ahead and I let it sit for a little bit. And I make sure that there's no like dust particles, if you know what I mean, like the stuff that flies everywhere. Ooh. They had recently, well, it wasn't recently that it came out, but like I found out like these little pencil crayons and then these little liners, but they're like liquid liners, but they're like a pencil, which is the best ever because I can't draw lines if you paid me $1 million because it never happened. The first one I got was the NYC and I liked it, but it was very thick. Yeah. So I decided to go and get the 2-timer, which is one side is a crayon-like liner, and the other side is like the liquid liner that's like, it's a lot thinner than the other one. That's why I like this one better, because it creates a better line, and the better lines, the better the look. I'm not a fantastic artist on my eyes, so this is like a work of art, literally. After I finish my liner, I go ahead and I get started with my mascara. I usually crimp them or whatever it's called. I'm not a pro at memorizing what utensils there are, but I know the basics. But like, I use the Neutrogena Healthy Volume first. I use 2 different mascaras because I feel like it gives me a better outcome than most, just using one. After I put on the other mascara, I go ahead and stick on the Great Lash by Maybelline. I see a lot of people buy these because they're awesome. They don't clump and they go on really well and they stay on really well, which is awesome. After I'm finished with everything on, for my makeup, I go ahead and I use my Dewy Finish long-lasting setting spray. I don't know if you're supposed to use this before you start your makeup, but I like to use it after because I think it just makes it more complete and then it makes it stay on longer, which I guess is what I assume it does, but I just spray one little spritz on like each side of my face and there, I'm done after that. So that is the video for today. The cutting might not be great. I'm new at this now and I got a new computer and whatever. So give me a